love me. XOXO.
First things first, this video is going to be filled with spoilers, okay? So if you have not seen The Invitation 2022, then I suggest you not watch this because I'm going to be talking specifically about the end of it, the end of the film. And also, I think that's all. That's all. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready. No, sir. No, you don't get in the lab. I'm gonna be, I guess, fussing around with these Kaleidos palettes. I've had them for so long, and I honestly haven't played with them in a while. So I was like, let's break out the Kaleidos. I don't think you can get most of them anymore. Who cares? I mean, it is what it is. Discontinued is discontinued is, right? Right. I think what I want to do is like maybe do the Astro Pink in collusion with the Cyber Bronze. Like somehow I feel like that's gonna work out in my favor. I feel like I'm incorrect in this situation. It just keeps, that snap is so satisfying. You know what I mean? That, oh geez. All right, anyways. Let me begin this journey by telling you that one of the reasons I like the movie, I need a mirror. I do this every time. I'm like, let me set everything down. Sir, don't touch anything over there. No. I know you hear me and you're looking at me. Okay, so stop it. Anyways, one of the reasons that I absolutely and greatly enjoy the movie, The Haunting of Molly Hartley. Listen, it's gonna get to the point. I promise it's gonna circle back around. You're gonna be like, oh, that totally makes sense. Anyways, one of the reasons that I enjoy The Haunting of Molly Hartley is because someone finally had the guts to end like a possession movie or a horror film with like a conclusive, evil one, okay? Like conclusively, right? Because a lot of times in these types of movies, they don't have like a conclusive end. I came over here directly from my TV couch. I know you're like, TV couch? Well, it's not my bed couch. It's not the TV bed. Anyways, moving on. Point is, let's turn the mic more towards me, shall we? Anyways, but that's why I liked it. Because so often you have these movies where there's like a super save at the end, you know what I mean? Like, we saved you from the monster, you know? And that's like almost always how it goes. It's like, oh, we were able to prevent the devil from winning, like the devil always wins or whatever. And it's not, or it's like a evil one, but like, did they? You know what I mean? Like this constant, like not really being assured of the outcome. And that's why I hate the sequel, honestly, because like the sequel, first of all, didn't need to be made. If you were going to make the sequel for The Haunting of Molly Hartley, what I actually really wanted was seeing that she was very, very successful, having a good life, because that's how you left it off, that she was successful and living well, babes. And now you've moved it into this weird territory where she's not doing, no. The sequel should have had her living a great life and had somebody who knew that she was possessed or like part of the devil's cult trying to like, you know, end the whole thing or whatever, or infiltrate it. That made sense. And then, you know, she was very much like actively trying to fight it, etc., etc., if you want to have good win that way. But like this, the second one I didn't like. So anyways, all of that to say, I watched The Invitation 2022. Now the reason I keep saying that is because somewhere on this channel, months ago, is a video, maybe last year. Who even knows at this point? Do you understand time? I certainly don't. Anyways, there's a video about another movie. I feel like it's 2016's The Invitation. And that is a different movie. Both involve being invited to some shit, you know what I mean? Hence the title. Anyways, I get to the end and I'm like, I'm picking up what this movie is putting down. I cannot stop spitting and my lips are so dry because I just washed my face and then I didn't put anything on my lips. So baby, if they are crusty, they're crusty and they will be uncrustled as soon as I put on some lip stuff. So just calm down. Anyways, I'm watching this movie and I'm just like having a good time. I'm picking up what they're putting down and I'm living for it. Okay. I'm kind of into it because like I love a good vampire film. I always think it's a fun time. In fact, I feel like I like all of the Dracula movies, like Dracula 3000. You know what I'm talking about? And like Johnny Lee Miller is in one. You know what I mean? I also like Blade, all of the Blades. I'm tentatively excited for new Blade. We shall see how that goes. tentatively. I like saying that word because it makes me feel like I'm so smart, you know what I mean? Anyways, I'm gonna go stream for like 4 hours after I'm done with this, getting ready for this video. So just know that 9 times out of 10, I'm getting ready for nothing. I'm either gonna stream or I'm gonna go sit down and watch TV for hours and play mobile cell phone games, you know? Anyways, so as we get into it, and it is revealed, again, I told you that this was going to be spoiler, so if you haven't watched it, like, I highly suggest you watch it, and then come back here. You can bitch at me if you want to. Like, honestly, I don't care. Do you. Live your life how you want to. But the point is, you realize that the hot dude with the... And here's the thing. First and foremost, let me just tell you, a thing that I know, that I thought everyone knew, is that you never trust a white man, specifically a white British man with a wide mouth and wearing a ring on his index finger, because baby, they are up to no good. They are. Listen, if you dated somebody who wore a ring on their index finger, and if they were British, you know, bonus points for that, because that's where the bonus points come in for like the maximum amount of danger, they have to have been British. But for like, you know, still trauma inducing stress, it's fine if they aren't British. But anyways, here's what I'm getting at. If you've dated somebody who wore a ring on their index finger, just tell me how horribly it worked out. Thank you. Anyways, but his mouth is so wide. Like, it's very wide. Like, he looks, even in his human form, like his jaw would unhinge and he'd swallow your head whole. And I just, you know, as soon as I saw that man, I was like, obviously he's the bad guy. They're like, but he's so attractive. I'm like, yeah, but he does look eaty. You know what I mean? Like, he does look people eaty. Like, he eats people. And I, you know, not in like a serial killer way, but like in a Jaws sort of a way. She, after all of this stuff, and this man is all like sitting there, and everybody around her, you, the viewer, you're very much picking up what's finally starting to get put down as the movie progresses. You really start to realize, like, oh, the reason that they haven't met the bride and groom is because she is the bride and old trout mouth is the groom. Shark mouth, not even trout mouth, but maybe a little trouty. Anyways, but not like trouty in like a pouty way, but trouty in a like kind of a way. That was just unnecessary, and I'm so sorry for that, but like, we're gonna move on. Anyway, you kind of see it. You're like, oh, he is the groom, and like, and you're getting it, like, because they make all these allusions to the situation, and like, especially when the other bride, the vampire bride ladies show up, you're like, oh, and the tall one is jealous as shit, because of course she is. Also, here's the thing that I don't like, is that she's supposed to be 500 years old, and then the shorter one is only 100 years old, but that actually does not make sense to me, because people really weren't that tall back then, so I really kind of wish they had switched them age-wise, but otherwise, you know, listen, I know it's a stupid small thing to get hung up on, but I don't know, it just really bothered me for reasons. I was just like, people really weren't that tall, and now you got this bitch out here trying to, like, she's unreasonably tall, like taller than both of the, anyways, I'm gonna let it go. So you're picking it up, right? You smell what the Rock is cooking, and you're like, yeah, she's the bride and he is the groom. Now, let me tell you what, there's a scene at the dinner table, you know, where it all just goes sideways. I'm not gonna tell you that a maid gets her throat, you know, slashed into, and then I don't want to use that one. Maybe we need to go into this other one, because I feel like I need like a little, ooh, baby, you know what? I am gonna put a little bit of this green up in here, because, you know, I'm a monster, and I kind of like to do shit like that. Yes, bitch. Okay. So what I'm getting at here is that the maid, oh yeah, I already just messed up that joke, so we're gonna move past it. I mean, yes, does she get like just slaughtered like a pig at the table, like literally pig at the table, right? And you know, old girl is sitting there just like, her name is Evie in the movie, and she is, baby, when I tell you, girlfriend was stunned. She was stunned, like sitting there just like mouth agape, like, and she starts like kind of getting all hallucinating and shit, and he's like, girl, didn't you said, you know, you're gonna be my bride or whatever, and she starts like freaking out. Now here's the thing, let me just act out the scene for you the way that I would have taken it. I'm not gonna fully act it out because I am, as a matter of fact, still trying to get ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to put some makeup on his face. Let me tell y'all, just like right quick to your faces. Ooh, I'm gonna use this brush again because it's the Rephr 02 and I really like this one for picking up shiny shimmery things. Anyway, if it were me in that position, ooh, this is actually like a nice look I'm putting together for myself. But if it were me and like, you know, because you see like one of the brides and she gets all super excited, like the old school bride, like she's, I guess, you know, Dracula and his brides. Anyways, so she gets all excited. She's like, finally, I was getting bored at this party, like whatever, you know, as the, you know, the maid is getting made into food, I guess we would say. Let's be polite, you know, but she is being made into food. Anyways, and Evie is just like having a panic attack. Now, I will admit, I would initially be stunned, but I also probably would have been like,
Oh my god, goody. I was hoping that y'all were vampires.
listen, I knew y'all had to be something supernatural because this house was way too big and y'all were being way too weird. Not to mention, my family is all dudes. So, I knew something was up. I'm very excited that it's vampires. And listen, bro, you kind of hot, you know? I don't mind spending eternity with you, but before we get into that, sir, my love, my darling, my handsome, big shark mouth man, let me just say that before I agree to forever, I'm gonna need you to pay off my mother's debts, all of them, as well as mine. Also, I have a few friends and I need you to pay for everything for them to live for the rest of their lives. Also, some of those friends must know what's happening, but they cannot be a part of your little culty cult. And the only reason that they must know that is so that I can set up anybody else in their life. If they have kids, if they have, you know, people that they want to leave their things to, I want them to be able to like do that. So set all that shit up, you know? You big mouth bass, you. Anyways, that's what I would have said. I would have been for it. Listen, I know it would have seemed a little, I guess that it is just like a smidgen shocking. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, slit her throat at the dinner table. But like also, let's be real. Is it that shocking? In the English countryside? For rich people to be sacrificing their maids? It's not. It's really not shocking. I wouldn't be surprised if it was still happening today. You know what I mean? Like, listen, British people. Anyways, so. But instead, she whines and whines and whines and cries. And of course, she like burns the whole damn house down at the end of it because one of the maids who was friends with her, whoever her family member is, I can't exactly remember how they're related, but they are in fact related, and I don't remember how. Again, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm terrible at my job. Anyways, this will be perfect. So, all of that to say that you go through all of that mess, and then you burn the house down. Like, she kills the dude. Like, she is being offered immortality and wealth, and I'm sorry, like I just feel like these people have not really been broke. Like I always say this, and like every time we talk about, but listen, I need you to know right now that if somebody was like basically offering me access like that, like wealth, money, you know, power, my own ticket, like listen, if that meant that I could just literally just be like I could just make YouTube video, like any YouTube video I want at any point in time and not even have to like stress about like the views or whatever because like my vampire lover is going to make sure that things work out okay. Like I'm good. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm okay. That's fine. Ooh, you know what? This the last brush that I haven't used of theirs, and now I'm gonna use it. Wait, is this the? I can't remember what shades I've been like into at this point because listen. But yeah, I'm gonna just, yeah, there we go. There it is. That's exactly, okay. Almost exactly what I wanted. Hold on. Just a smidgen. I have no idea what's happening. I think somebody's moving in, and it's not here. I think it's up here, because I think I heard the vacuum cleaner for like the first time like ever. Anyways, I'm gonna tell you what. I don't remember what I was gonna tell you, but now we're gonna move on. And that just still doesn't really get anything. That actually infuriates me. Like, I actually was like super annoyed. I'm not gonna do brown because that's just such an easy cop out for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and I feel like I'm using all of them, which is kind of fun and exciting for me. Anyways, I just could not fathom, like, oh, that's what I was going to tell you. I feel like none of these people have ever been broke before, because listen, a lot of us would just be like, whatever. She's over here trying to talk about her morals, and like, girl, your parents are dead. I'm not like but both of your parents are gone from this world. You don't actually have any family, and now here you are in a wealthy vampire's house. Now, are you going to be one of 3 wives? Yes, but for my ace self, that's perfect. It means I only have to lay there and pretend to enjoy it for like once every 3 months, maybe. You know? And he's hot, so I could like think about all kinds of things while he's doing whatever it is he's doing. My relationship with sex is very unhealthy. Anyways, I'm just saying that I think that it's very interesting that in these movies, they always try to do this like weird high road thing. And listen, every last one of us broke bitches beg to differ. I want to see one of these handled properly, which is that old girl negotiates a good deal for herself, her friends, her family. Do you see what I'm saying? And also manages to like enjoy her eternity. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird to me. Like, girl, why are she is an artist. You know what I mean? It's not, I feel like he said pottery and she had to correct him. Clay. I don't know. She makes pots, art. She makes art. Ceramics, that's the word. She makes ceramics, all right? And as such, I am just telling you right now to your face, like, I'm basically a broke artist at this point, right? If some big mouth bass man came by and was like, oh my God, I want to make you lady of my manor, and like, you're one of 3 wives, and like, you're gonna have to, you know, drink blood and drink the blood of a few innocents. Like, is anybody that innocent? I'm gonna go with no. But truly, I need you to understand that for really real reals, I'm more than a little bit happy to just be like, yeah, no, that's cool, bro. Like I said, drafting up the documents properly. You know, so I can make sure my family is taken care of, and like understanding the rules. Like, hey, so does like my whole family have to think that I'm dead, or like, what's the deal? What's the dealio? Aw, coolio. R.I.P. These movies just constantly set it up in a way that it's not realistic. I want to see it happen the way it would IRL, because I'm telling you bitches right now, IRL, majority of us broke people are like, yeah, no, I'm cool. Yeah, I will be one of your 3 wives. Mm-hmm. And they always like end it with like, oh, she has morals. Fuck your morals, you're broke. And you're super powerful, so like you could also use your like people eating skills for good. Do you know what I mean? Like if there's people who are total like assholes and like destructive to the world, Elon Musk, and like you can just eat them. You know? I'm about that. Like, it's very upsetting because, girl, you legitimately have the ability to just like, I don't know, calm all this shit down and make people like listen and behave. And you chose, I'm gonna make, white girl, get the fuck out of here. You know what? I think I've made a look similar to this that y'all didn't get to see because like I was in my feelings. But I made it with the Mariposa palette. Do you know the Mariposa? Y'all know what I'm talking about. From Melt. And I cannot find that palette, but when I find it again, we'll be doing a video in it. Anyways, I just found that whole thing so fascinating. Plus, like, what, like, her girlfriend, like, by girlfriend I mean friend, just like, oh, there we are. Just like doesn't seem to have the same kind of urgency in the situation. Like, cause like, why didn't you talk to her? Cause I would have had that conversation with my friends. Like, listen, I know that he snatched her up, but he only snatched her up because she was acting up. You know what I mean? Like screaming and being like, let me out of here. You're all monsters. Like, girl, of course they are. Rich people are always gonna be monsters, period. Listen, they're not gonna be nice people. You can't, you know, have that kind of money and be nice. Them's the rules. So anyways, all that to say, I'm really tired of this like strange mythos around like poor people suddenly being like so caring. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, I gotta save my friend or whatever. Girl, no you don't. Get the fuck out of there. Like they just always do this stuff where it's like, oh, I've gotta take the moral high ground. It's like, no you don't. There's no moral high ground that you need to take, sweetheart. What you really need to do is look at your debt to income ratio, okay? You need to call an accountant. Oh, you know what we didn't do is bronzer. You need to take a look at your debt to income ratio, call an accountant, and like look at yourself. You know what I mean? Really look at your debts and realize how much better off you would be as an immortal. Like if I could just make whatever I want, do like all the art that I've always wanted to art, I'm an art, you know? But the moral of the story is, if a vampire, if you get invited to honestly anything at this point, if somebody you don't really know invites you to some shit or somebody you ain't seen in a really long time, don't go. Keep your ass the fuck at home. You know what I mean? Stay home. You ran off with them white people, girl. And her friend even tried, her dark skinned friend even tried to tell her like, girl, what are you even doing? She was like, don't be doing that shit. And she was like, now I'm gonna go out there. And now look at you. Now look at you. Set a whole manor on fire. Now you gotta follow these people around. And now you ain't even a vampire to like really get them. You're just mortal, like jacking people up. I don't even know what that means. All I really want is for one of these to end the proper way. And if you're gonna ask me what the proper way is, it's the way I told you. The proper way that these actually go is that you're like, yeah, no, that's fine. I will eat people. You know? You, again, I've said this before, like you cut me off and you don't like apologize, I will vampire eat you, you know what I mean? I'll bring you to the table and slit your throat and like serve you to everybody. Oh, Audra, you're so crazy. Am I? Anyways, that's what I would be doing. You know, I would just be making sure that people who need to get their just desserts get them. You know that person who cuts in line and when you try to say something, they like don't care? Or you know that one guy in all of those movies who like looks like an asshole and he always plays an asshole? That guy. Vampire bring him to the table. Do you know what I mean? You know, predators. Not the kind. That was a horrible impression, but you know which kind I'm talking about. Bring them to the table. Do you know what I mean? I could do so much good as like a super rich vampire. Honestly. We should try a different lip today. But literally all of my lip colors are like almost the same shade. I wish I was kidding, but I am not. Let's figure this out. What is this? Oh, this is that NYX Butter Lipstick. Let's see if I like it. Is it actually, but oh my God, it's so pretty. I'm pretty. What shade are you, NYX Butter Lipstick? This is old. Real old. It's like 12, it says you can only use it for 12 months. I don't know when I got it. Like, ugh, anyways. Lifeguard is the shade. Let me tell you. Don't worry about that. It happens all the time because I have so much shit up here. Anyways, That is the that on that, and this is the look. It's like festive or Freddy Krueger. It depends on what you're into. So yeah, if you saw the invitation, tell me what you thought about the end. Do you also agree with me that I'm tired of these movies ending in such a way that doesn't make sense for us broke ass bitches? Because I am broke. Do you know what I mean? And so I'm not gonna be broke saying no to like potentially billions of dollars because he has 2 other brides? Because I have to like drink the blood of others? That does not seem like a problem for me, but you know what? We're not all me. Anyway, thank you all for coming to this random little video I decided to make. Hope you enjoyed being here. I'm certainly glad to have had you here. This is what I do here. I just apparently now I go through all of my old makeup palettes and I make looks out of them, and I have a good ass time doing so. And yeah, that's what we do. We get ready and we just talk about things. You know? Anyways, this video, as all of my videos, is sponsored by my patrons and channel members, without whom I would not be able to continue to create this wild, weird, wonderful, and wacky content which you see before you today. So thank all of you so much. I'm looking forward to the new year, and if it's already the new year, like... Also, to those of you who made it to watch A Christmas Horror Story, Janet, listen, it was very last minute, so thank y'all. And I'm glad y'all enjoyed it because that's really one of my favorite movies of all time. Anyway, if you wouldn't mind just hitting that thumbs up button on your way out. I don't ask for much because you don't have to subscribe, but you do have to watch. Thanks.